Hey,
Hello, and we're live. How is everybody today?
it's Eminem on the mic.
And I'm on the mic. uh,
Beautiful Tuesday morning. It's like the
yes.
store. Do you guys have that store where you live? Tuesday morning?
No, we don't have anything.
Oh, well, I guess you're in the
Six.
crick or the holler.
Yeah. I was corrected. I'm an A holler, but
Oh,
I am in North Appalachia. So
uh-huh.
North Appalachians.
Oh,
So
it's
it
not
is a
morning where you are, is it?
no, it's noon.
Okay.
Noontime. Yeah. So say hi to some people.
Oh yeah, all your kids are coming
Oh,
in.
yeah, oh, my kiddos. Oh my goodness. I got my 2 Lizzes and my
Aw.
Kelly.
Yay!
I love you
Oh, I
guys.
love all the
Oh,
lizards
Pepper.
and the Kelly and
Oh my
everyone.
goodness. Amazing. We got a tall everyone we need a tall glass of Mallory today.
That's my bestie.
Oh, hi, Mallory. Nice to meet you. And Heather from the UK. I love that
Yay!
we can accommodate the UK people and the West Coast girls and everybody. So
Mhm.
welcome
Yeah,
everyone.
midday is good. Oh, thank you, Kelly. I'm not quick on my feet enough to show the comment
You
I'm
can click
responding
through.
to.
I know you look
Love my tattoo.
gorgeous
Thank you
today, and you
so
showing your
much.
tat.
Yeah, showing off a little bit. I got this. This one we can talk about later.
Ooh, okay, nice. We are gonna do a Halloween slash witchcraft slash October stream, right?
Yes, we
Yes, because
are.
I
I'm
missed
stoked.
out. I missed out on all that growing up, and till I was like 35, and then I was still scared to, kind of check it out and dabble in it a little bit. But my
And I
my
went the
kids,
other way.
my
I
kids
went
finally
deep
got
into
to.
it and I'm kind of coming out, like
Oh,
a
really?
little, like I wouldn't say it's just a changing and evolving all the time, my spirituality and how
Gotcha,
I practice it.
gotcha, and you can
Hi,
do
Liz. Hey,
it.
Liz got my name right. Liz got my name right. Me and Liz are going to do a live later this week with Jarrett Bouillon of I Got Out to talk about the story
Nice.
jam.
Yay!
Yes.
Yay! Super, super cool. Super cool. Everyone's saying hi to each other. So we had so many topics that we were kind of milling around. We have a whole list of things, and I would love to know more about you and your story. And we thought about maybe narrowing it down to one thing. We could talk about it, anything you want.
Mhm.
But I think that you you were wanting to tell your story of how you were raised, and then what happened when you went to high school as a teenager, and you're coming out. Um,
Yeah.
so I would love to hear about that. I'm sure everyone would. So
Well, first of all, anyone who doesn't know hasn't looked at a single thing that I've ever posted online, first of all. But uh, second, I'm a big fat queer and here
I love it.
and proud. And I've known that for well over half my life. And I definitely want to talk about kind of my experience, not necessarily like coming out the first time, because I did come out when I was pretty young to everyone except my parents. But then, like, part two, after high school is when I had to come out to my parents, and I'll explain why. But anyway, my mom is a I've never heard of anyone else calling themselves this, so please, if anyone has heard of it, let me know. I'd love to talk to you. But my mom is a born again Catholic, um, and basically, she's just kind of evangelical with a small e. Like she she's born again in this, kind of fanatic way, like an evangelical Protestant, and but very much centered around like the Holy Trinity and Mary, and obviously that is very not Protestant.
Right.
um, yeah, so it was interesting. She's a super loving, amazing woman, and the sweetest person in the world, and I love my mom. And I guess, where do I want to start? I went to Catholic school from the time I was 5 or 6 until I graduated high school. So I was very, very religious, like in practice. And I just remember my like birds and bees talk, my sex talk or whatever, consisted of, like, between me and my mom. My dad, by the way, is an atheist, a lifelong atheist, which
Oh,
is just, it's the strangest pairing.
yeah.
Whatever. But he also like didn't care really how my mom like raised us religion wise. So anyway, when I had my sex talk, it was basically about, well, what I remember from it, and maybe there's a reason I remember this. Morning. Man and woman fit together physically like puzzle pieces, and that's how God intended it. And literally anything else is a perversion, including some perversions like the P word that I'm not going to say or we'll get demonetized. Like the actual perversion, the crime, like homosexuality. So like, I mean, literally like in the same bucket. But she's the nicest, sweetest person. And she didn't know she was speaking to somebody who was like, you know, bisexual. But I'm like, that was kind of my like sex lesson, was like that is not an okay thing, and like instead you should just not have sex until you're married. So I was taught, that it was a perversion, but I didn't internalize it, I don't think, because I've always been really, I don't even know the word, but I maybe self-assured.
Good.
I always knew like what I was feeling and, thinking like about women and girls was different, but okay. And that like, it was just how I felt. I didn't think that I was like sinning.
Right.
So I managed to dodge that bullet of indoctrination, I guess.
Yeah, you were a pretty free thinker early on, which is
Yeah.
really good. And the extreme purity culture and where churches and religious leaders, whoever, want to control you so much, where they want to control your sexuality, your urges, and also like, just as an aside, when I got married, after barely kissing or holding hands with my husband, the cult leader, Marlene Sweeney, she like would meddle in our life. Like, and I think of
And if anyone didn't catch that, that was Marlene Sweeney.
Sweeney. I'll spell it for you if you like. And we're gonna put an L. Ron Hubbard in there too. He said mission position was the only correct way to have sex, and that's pretty much what she said too. That was the only thing we were allowed to do. Well, she wasn't there, so that wasn't happening. But
you're not part of this, Marlene.
I know. No. But yeah, I can understand, the mindset and the confusion, and the even cognitive dissonance when it comes to your own your own urges versus your quote beliefs that you're taught to have, that you have to have. Oh, okay. Oh, whoops. Hey there. Hey. So it's Liz, it's Marlene Sweeney. Yes. And she was a born again Catholic too, which is really interesting that you said your mom was. So I gotta say hi to Mark again. That's gotta be Mark. Headley. Hello,
Hi,
hello.
Mark.
Yeah, so, you knew early on that you were bisexual, but you
Yeah,
didn't come out to your
I had a
parents right away.
sexual awakening watching VH1. uh, Watching Showgirls on VH1 specifically, and Elizabeth Berkley, and Showgirls is a very pornographic film, but the VH1 version is extremely cut and censored. And so I never knew that. Like, I knew that it was like pretty ladies in bikinis. I didn't know that they were actually like digitally painted on censored bikinis, and really these were all naked ladies. But I liked it. I knew I liked it, and I was like, that's okay. Like, it's okay for me to like that. And I think I was 13 when I put a name to it and like told all my friends and like my sister, my little sister, and came out. And I was out at school, and I was out to everyone except my parents, just because I didn't know how they would take it. They're lifelong conservatives. And after that sex talk with my mom, I was like, she's gonna think I'm a pervert. So that sucked. But I mean, like, and then I don't know, high school was just like my high school experience was weird. I remember enjoying being in high school, but I don't have a lot of memories from that time period of my life, because that's around the time I was diagnosed with Graves' disease, and it really just like kind of wiped like a couple of years. Just like,
Yeah.
I just don't remember like anything. My hormones were so messed up that I just don't have many memories from high school, which there's a funny anecdote. I actually, in my 20s, I started dating this guy that I had previously dated for a few months in high school. And we had just like reconnected, and he would always like ask me, hey, remember when we did blah, 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 or remember this, or remember that? I had a memory that I had dated him, but I didn't remember literally anything about it.
Wow.
It was bizarre. Anyway, so high school is kind of a blur. And then um, I moved away 3 hours away from home for college, and met um, how do I met Leah, and Leah is someone who made and continues to make a really big impact on my life in a lot of ways. And is a very, very, very complicated story. And I will try not to get into any details that open a can of worms that we're not going to go into today, because like there's a whole thing with Leah. But at the basics, Leah is a non-binary person. And they were dating a female friend of mine when I was in college. And then like some stuff happened. They broke up. Me and Leah ended up dating and eventually getting engaged and moving back to Kansas City together. And when we got engaged, or when we really started seriously seeing each other, is when I was like, guess I've got to come out to my parents. So that
I was going to say the same thing. We love cans of worms around here.
Oh my God. But if we get into this can of worms, I'm telling you, we'll be here all day.
Okay. Well, we're talking about how you had to come out to your parents.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
Oh my God. Well, this is just horrible. I mean, my everyone was really accepting. It was beautiful. My mom was really accepting, and my mom was heartbroken that I had been scared to tell her for so many years. And she could understand why. But it didn't, I don't know. She had never contextualized queerness. Like she had never like thought about it, you know, from a place where she knew a queer person personally. I don't think. I mean, I'm sure she has, but like her daughter, and instantly she was just like, I don't care about that. And she has, she really, really impressed me when I introduced the added layer of Leah being trans. And this was in 2009. She'd never met a trans person before. And I mean, Leah at the time didn't even use they, them pronouns because that wasn't even like the norm back then, like for non-binary people, because it was just becoming something that was being like educated on grassroots style by non-binary people. And I mean, I was engaged to one of those people for a while, and so I've always been. I mean, I was a teenager when I met them, and so I've more than half my life I've been just a huge trans advocate because I've seen just so many of my friends that I've made over the years have been trans, and I'm sure that I don't know. I am scared for them. The state of this world and country, and what really terrifies me is that we were fucking scared living in Kansas City in 2009 as a lesbian presenting couple. Like we had to lie and say we were roommates when we were trying to buy a car from someone on Craigslist so that they wouldn't kick us out of their house. And like this is less than 15 years ago. Wow. And we saw so much progress in basically in Obama's second term in office. But that's just like I'm not giving Obama like the credit for the progress of the gay rights.
Yeah, we don't do politics. No, I just want to say this too, is like I always say, you know, I don't do politics on my channel, and I still don't, and I won't. But there are certain things that are just black and white, common decency. And I want you to tell your story, express, you know, everything that's in your heart that you feel comfortable, you know, take your time, you know, whatever you feel comfortable sharing with us, you know, this small group on this channel right now. But you know, later on, I do want to share some things that my journey to becoming an ally, because it was, you know, it was definitely a journey, and it's something I'm, you know, not proud of early on. Some of the things that I, you know, bought hook, line, and sinker when I was younger, but people can change. So, I love you. I accept you. I'm not using that as an excuse, but and I don't want to speak for Duncan, but he's got his own journey with it, being a real estate agent. And when you were just saying that you went to buy a car and you had to lie about your living situation and your relationship and your fiance, it's just bullshit. It just is.
And that's another thing. Like we were forever. Yeah.
So I can swear now. Yeah.
No, it's just like we were like forever fiancés. Like this is before gay marriage was legal, like or same-sex marriage, I should say. And it's just it got so much better. It got so much better, and it's gotten so much worse. And this is like no longer about my coming out, but like it's so bad. And if anyone is questioning or looking for education on the people can like get mad at me for saying this. I don't care. But the genocide against trans people that is happening right now in America, if you want any educational content from trans people on this that is presented in a very respectful and compassionate way, I have a list of videos actually that are linked on my website at spoonstop.com. So it's just spoonstop.com, and there's a link there that says something about trans rights education or something. Anyway, it's I don't feel articulate enough or experienced enough in my personal life experiences to speak on it too much. But I have been a trans ally activist for years and years, and it breaks my heart to see what's happening now, because I literally know people who are losing their health care. I literally know people who are on therapies that they are going to be taken off of because somebody doesn't like it.
Right. So along those lines, I just want to we're just putting it out there, I want to I'm not going to shy away from this, even though I do avoid politics like the plague. Don't want to talk about any names of uh, politicians, current politicians, or anybody that might
Yeah.
be running for anything. I don't want to talk, but um, Evelyn says social issues are inherently political. It's a fuzzy line. I agree and I disagree, because yes, people make them political, but we've got Michelle right here who has a story and has friends that have been affected by bigotry and by being discriminated against. So I think that's all part of learning and growing. And we have Nora and Liz and Serge telling their stories of being in cults. And I want to bring it into the whole not religious as far as mainstream religions. We're not knocking them, but we are knocking fundamentalist religions and cults that will oppress people, any people, any people. So right now we're talking about someone being able to be who they are. So I don't want to get into the politics or anything, but this is one personal story that we're talking about, and I want to talk about my journey and my personal story of becoming an ally, because Michelle, I love you. I love Liz. I love Serge. I love Nora. I love all of you. I love everybody, that is wanting to come out and tell their personal story. So I just wanted to say that if this isn't popular, that's okay. That's okay. I don't care. You can shut this off if it offends you. But if it offends you, maybe you'd want to educate yourself a little bit about, you know, accepting people for who they are, So just wanted to say that.
Thank you. And I also will just add, like, I have friends of like all political affiliations. I'm very political myself, but I'm not. I'm sorry. Like when it comes to what I would define as politics, I'm happy to set aside those differences. To me, there are some things that people call politics to get out of being called out on them, that are really just basic fundamental human rights, and the actual immediate danger and harm of fellow Americans. So I appreciate that, and I'm not, and there are people on both sides that are doing shitty things, and I'm sure doing good things.
Thank you, Evelyn. I know you're not offended. I just wanted to. You made a really good point, and I just wanted to put it up there. But if there's anything you guys are writing in the chat to each other and you don't want me to put up, just be like, don't put this up there on. So, and we've got. Oh, here he is. The SBTV eye candy. He and Shadow.
Someone asked earlier who slept with Steve-O last night.
Oh, jeez. I think I started that one. Who was it? Who slept with? Oh, Rev Girl. Rough girl, did you sleep with Steve-O? We like to
Well,
have a little bit of levity
I've heard
here, it
I've
helps.
heard she's a little wild.
She is something else. I
She's
love me
got
some
wild
Rough
hair.
girl. Yeah, she's awesome. Kelly, hi, honey. We should all be free to be who we are and love who we love. Absolutely. It makes me sad that anyone thinks it's their right to police that. Forever an ally. Thank you, sweetie. Absolutely. Yes, we love you, Kel. Couldn't have said it better.
Yeah.
And Juliana said, I believe there's a difference between politics and political. Any opinion you have is political in a sense, but it's not necessarily related to a specific party or politician. Yeah. Yeah. But I think, again, if it's a matter of somebody being who they are, then that's, to me, it's not political in the sense that I think of the definition of political. It's just common decency. It's life, and love.
Yeah.
So Marilyn trusts us. Going moderator free. Oh, we have Steve-O now. Oh, I think and we have Julie. Yeah. So watch out.
I've got a
I
wrench too.
trust you guys. Oh, that's right. I trust you guys. This is a good group.
Oh my gosh, look at all these folks coming in to see us.
Hey,
I'm gonna
yeah, thanks for joining us. You can click on some. You got the power. I got the power. Hey,
every time I think of, anytime I say anytime I use the word power, I sing that, first of all. So same. Second, anytime I sing that, I think of Dr. Laura because that's like her theme song. And my mom used to listen to Dr. Laura for decades. I heard so much Dr. Laura all the time. And then I just just heard like last week, I think it was, that Claire had powerful experience with Dr. Laura. I'm not a fan personally of Dr. Laura, but my mom was like super into her, and that's kind of neat for Claire.
And was that the radio program that she called up and asked for advice about what to tell her children about the call? And she said, be
and it
age
sounds like she got some really good advice.
Yeah, be honest with them, but age appropriate, of course, but be honest with them. And yeah, I really wish, I had that as a kid, but even an adult. But I pretty much did that with my kids too. It just was trying to be honest with them. So I just want to go back and see if I missed anything. Oh, I was just starring some people.
Oh, yeah.
And then Liz Gale said about the I Got Out is such a cool movement. I'm so excited to see you two chat about just about anything. Yeah, we pretty much can. We talk about anything and everything. True. And I don't want to shy away from important subjects. And I'm just like, I forgot what her name was, Evelyn. I said, I'm there for it. I'm there for it. If I physically at all can, every time Liz Ferris is on, I'm like, I'm there. I'm there for it. I want to, just represent the old guard that can change, and that was me. That was me. And
do you want to tell me about that now?
Well, I don't want to stop you from sharing anything else we could share back and forth. I mean, I'd like to get your input.
I thought I might have more to say about my actual coming out experiences, but
go ahead.
I don't know. I'm like not really coming up with anything.
All right. Well, if whatever comes up, just I looked up some scriptures. I don't know if I have any Bibles anymore, but I'm not going to read them to you. But I just want to preface this with saying that I'm talking about fundamental evangelical word, like going by the Bible word for word and not taking any consideration of, humanity or anything. It's all, the Bible is the word of God. So taking everything so literally that no care for anyone's thoughts or feelings. So there's a
Or
lot of
time or
references, right?
context or
Exactly.
civilization,
Any context, right?
technology.
Right. But I've looked up certain scriptures with 6 different translations, including the Hebrew, Greek lexicon, and there's no way around it. Pretty much the Bible has a hard, if you take it literally. I'm just saying the Bible's not bad. I'm not saying Christianity's bad. It's not a cult. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying fundamentalists. If you take the Bible literally, there's really no way around the fact that the Bible as it's translated is pretty much against any like perversions, as you said earlier, premarital sex, homosexuality, um, you know, anything, that they would consider immoral. And the punishment for that is death. Um, Romans 1 uh 26 and 27 say it. First Corinthians says it. This is New Testament. Because I get a lot of arguments from current Christians, fundamental Christians, I'll say, fundy Christians, that, well, that's just a translation. But I know how they really feel. I know how they do take this literally. But they was
Mhm.
like, well, that's the Old Testament. This is the New Testament. No, I'm telling you, this is the New Testament. That certain people will be thrown into the lake of fire. And as a kid, I used to imagine what it would feel like as a fire survivor, to burn forever and ever and ever and ever, you know? So
Yeah.
that wasn't very pleasant. So I tried to avoid anything that would make me burn forever and ever. Couldn't really do that. And and so these were the things that were just black and white. You had to be against the LGBTQ community. And as I got older and started to think for myself, I was like, well, wait a minute. And I started to meet people from that community, and they were beautiful and lovely and kind and gentle and so much nicer than a lot of the Christian, fundy Christians that I knew and the cult that I was in. So I was like, wait, this isn't right. And then I realized, you have a right to love who you love. And I started to become an ally. And I want to say that too, because if someone were to dig into my past and find something that I said, maybe even on my Facebook, I mean, I I apologize because that is not how I feel. I'm very passionate about accepting everybody who they are. I don't like extremes. I'm not going to be political about it and, come up and start, on a bully pulpit about it. But I'm just saying for myself and my channel and who I am personally, that's truly what I believe. I think you can teach an old dog new tricks. And I think education is very important. And also, I know I'm talking too much, but
No, you're not.
all I feel like I can do is to lead by example, you know? So that's all I had to say about that. I feel like it's very important to say, especially with so many survivor stories coming out. And I had another thought about it, but I don't want to keep you from saying anything that you wanted to add to that.
No, I
But
love this conversation. No, that's amazing. And I think that I think that cult survivors and people in community with cult survivors are uniquely um, capable of the compassion and empathy that it really takes to educate someone who has thought terrible things about you, who's said terrible
yeah,
things about you.
yeah,
And that's just a generalization. I'm not thinking of like my family or anyone, you or anything like that. But um, I think that it's so important to like use our powers for good in that way.
yeah. No, that's a
And
good
leading by
point. No
example
one's
is
obligated to
exactly
forgive. Yeah, no one's obligated to forgive me for being a intolerant bigot when I was younger. If I personally hurt someone, um, then I hope they will let me know, and so I can apologize. In a general sense, maybe people won't like me now that they know I was, a bigot, but it's kind of, and it's no excuse, but it is kind of like part of the cloth that I was cut from because of this
Yeah.
stupid fundamental Christian, mentality. And
Yeah.
the word for word um, translation of the Bible that they put into my head. But just more on a general vein, I was thinking that I like to go back and say, why? Like I was never allowed to question anything. So now I just want to question everything. Okay.
Yeah.
So why are fundies and cults and everything so against people who want to love who they love? Or why are they so against someone who, was born a different color or different, anything? Like, why? I mean, they're who they are. They can't change, and they shouldn't have to change. I think it's because it's a control thing. It's
Yep.
like I would say this, cults love cookie cutters, right? They want soldiers. They want everybody to fall in line. They only want you to have sex, mission position. They want to know that they want to control your thoughts, your actions, even your appearance, everything. So anyone that is a little bit different, that was born a little different, looks a little different, anything, lives a little bit differently, they have to cut it down and stifle it and pray it out of you and beat it out of you or whatever. And it doesn't matter whether it's, Scientology or fundamental Christians or whatever, there's all
Mhm.
kinds of groups that do that. And so, I'm here to say I accept you for who you are. And I think it's wonderful that you're telling your story and you're setting an example for others to come forward and talk if they want to too.
Thank you. I uh oh, I have the worst ADHD. I'm so sorry.
It's okay, honey.
Um, you are when you were just talking about like why, yeah, control is like a huge part of it. I think more specifically, I think that it's just really nuanced. I would say more specifically, exactly. I was going to say um, they have to create this in group and out group. There has to be an enemy. There has to be something to fearmonger
Yeah,
about,
right.
and it also works in tandem with the patriarchy and the control specifically over women. The more children women have, the harder it is for them to leave a situation. And I mean, I know that deeply, and I'm struggling with it right now because, as I mentioned to you before, my sister is in a high control group, and she just found out that she's pregnant with her fifth child in like 6.5 years. So um,
Oh,
I'm happy, I'm excited, but it's also like another chain, another link in the chain that is tying her to this doomsday group that actually scares the crap out of me.
right. Well, there's hope, there's hope, and just keep reaching out and loving her as much as, she is able
Yep,
to receive it.
that's exactly my. I've listened to the experts and read the books and
You read every book on, yeah, I know you have.
I have. I did a cult theme reading challenge for myself last year in 2022, and I read 27 nonfiction and like nonfiction educational and also nonfiction memoir cult
Mhm,
books.
mhm. Kelly has a really good comment. Kellycopter, because God says so, right? Because God says so is such a weak argument for being an a-hole, being a total asshole. I support people learning and changing their minds. We need allies, not enemies. Thank you, Kel. I appreciate that. Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because if
I, this,
we
I,
if we just continue to be them over there and them over there. It's like, no,
It
let's
plays
try to
into
educate
what
people.
they're
Oh, thank you,
doing.
honey.
Yeah.
I got
They're trying to
coffee.
make
Thank
an
you.
enemy. Oh, yeah. The
I'll take a
crew.
puppy too. Coffee and a puppy.
I've got a puppy here. He's kind of big. You know, big old guy. Anyway,
Gave me the
I
gang, the OG
saw
gang.
that the crew.
Yeah,
I
Team
made
Mike.
I made a meme out of that that image. I'll show it. Let
You
me find it.
did?
If you want to grab another question or something, I'll pull it up.
Go ahead. Okay. Juliana, oh my God, Marilyn, I never made that connection about the fire. Yeah,
Yeah,
just
when you told
they
me,
have no,
I was
they
just
don't
like,
give a shit. Oh, hello,
that's
hello,
so
honey.
extra horrible.
Rocky.
Say hi, everybody.
Aw, Pookie.
He's so
What a
dark, it's hard to
fluff.
actually see him.
Oh
Say
my
hi.
God, he's a fluff.
Say hi. He's being shy. He won't look at the camera.
How much does he weigh?
How much does he weigh now, hon? 2.5 pounds?
I think that was
2
the last
pounds.
one.
Apollo is probably 14 pounds, and this guy's a little new teensy baby. Yeah, he's doing good. Oh, Sinfully Good. Hi, Sin. Marilyn Honig, Coffee Cuts and Crafts. Love the background you are using. Well, it just so happens that
I put that in
I
there.
have a wizard. Yes, Michelle did that. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my God.
Well, it's the same background I was using for the thumbnails we've been making, and so I
I
was like,
noticed that. I love
might
it.
as well. We've got a
Yeah.
brand now.
We do. We do. I love it.
Eminem on the mic.
And I love, yeah, I love the colors too, the purpley. Eminem on the mic. Yeah. We love us some alliterations. Marilyn, how often do you have to take them to the groomer? Well, I will be honest. This guy hasn't gone yet. He's only a few months old. But Apollo he has an appointment. I think we made an appointment. My daughter is, she's had Poms for years, and she helps us clip them and their nails and brush them. And hi, you giving kisses? Giving kisses? So yeah, we are going to bring him to a real groomer though. This guy, I'm going to wait till he gets all of his shots though. I'm not really bringing him out in, public with where there's other dogs yet until he gets all his shots.
After we finished getting Reptar all of his shots, he spent quite a bit of the summer at the coolest dog park ever that we discovered. I've never had a dog before, Marilyn. Okay, and this
really?
dog. Rip, did you
beautiful.
Hi, baby. Come here. Come here. So you can say hi. Come here. Come here.
Hey, pretty boy. Oh, look at him. Aw.
Good boy. Oh, that's my good boy. He's just a little baby.
Look at him. Oh.
He's so cute. I know. You love the kisses.
You needed
Reptar.
a puppy. Everybody needs a puppy.
So okay, huh? I know. I got you so
You
excited.
You get a puppy. You get a puppy. You get a puppy.
I know. Okay, please stop now. I got him we brought him home in January, but he was born in late November, so like he's still a little guy, but he's like 80 pounds.
Wow.
He thinks he's a puppy. I mean, because he is.
Mm-hmm.
So he thinks he's smaller than he is, and he's not. I gotta find this meme. What the heck am I doing? It's so funny.
Hey, baby.
I have made some. One thing that would be fun sometime is to just like have a stream where we just go through like SPTV memes and GIFs and stuff, because
let's do it. Yes.
There are so many.
So totally do it.
I literally have like 80 GIFs on that. I should put the link to it.
I have a cat.
I'm gonna make a banner for the SP. Let's see. I think it's.
He's all buried into my hair. You cold today? It's cold.
Snuggle butt. Is it cold?
It is cold in Vermont. It is. It's fall. It's a nice time of year, though. I should take a walk. Go get some apples. As soon as we get the first hard frost, that's when the foliage happen, like the fall foliage and the leaves start turning. So pretty.
Well, it was the autumnal equinox the other day.
That's right. Yeah. Summer is over.
Okay, that did work. Okay, so I'm adding a banner, and I'll also post it in the chat. But this is just kind of for fun.
Nice.
This is just the SPT gifts.
Nice. Those are so funny. I love that stuff. Have you seen any of Rev Girl's shorts?
I haven't
great.
yet.
You
No,
have to
but
check 'em out.
I subscribed to her the other day when you guys went live, so I will.
Yeah, you got to check them out. There's a couple of them with she does not like David Miscavige, and they're so funny. There's one
he's not
where
very popular around here, so it's okay.
There's a one like really spooky one where his face kind of turns into a skull. Oh, it's wild. It's very Halloweeny. Very Halloweeny.
Okay, I definitely will be checking those out later.
Yeah, they're great. They're awesome. Oh, I love soup. Yes, time for me to break out the soups and stew. I love me some soup.
Me too. I love a good sweet tomato soup.
I made black bean soup the other day. I love
I would like to make more soup. I don't make a lot of soup. I don't make a lot of food, and I wish I did more. So maybe I should really start paying attention to all these SPTV cooking channels.
Yeah, Sins is great, and there's CC's cooking too. Oh, you got the other one? Oh my goodness!
Oh, he wanted to say hi. He was feeling jealous of Rocky.
Oh, Pumpkin!
Apollo.
Oh, Apollo's a lot bigger.
He's huge. He's
Apollo like the ship?
No, everybody asked me that. No, it's Rocky and Apollo, like Apollo Creed.
Oh, right. Okay, you know what? I think I heard you say that the other day.
Yeah, well, I told the story.
You probably get that a lot.
It's just like a 3-ring circus here all the time. I love you, baby. Yeah, you're such a good boy.
Yeah, you didn't want Rocky getting all the attention.
Yeah, you're so good.
Even though Rocky's a little.
I could hear him scratching at my door. I love you, good boy. But yeah, the Rocky franchise, the movies, kind of like practically saved us from the cult. We were sneaking worldly movies, right? But nothing too crazy. Just like no, we loved like Apollo 13, so the whole Apollo thing kind of stuck. But the Rocky movies just kind of gave us some fight. We're just like, and so it's funny that Rocky has like
a warrior.
He has like light colored paws, so he's got like his boxing gloves on. He's always ready.
My God. That's so cute. Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So I gotta switch hands so I can use the mouse. So, yeah, I'm glad we talked about this. I feel like it's really important for everyone to feel comfortable telling their stories, and it's definitely a part of our whole community here is being able to accept everyone. And unfortunately, a lot of us were conditioned and programmed to marginalize certain people, and it's not right.
I know, and I think that it is also important to remember. Well, and I'm not like preaching. This is like I'm preaching to myself, right? Like I think it's important for me to remember like where I'm coming from. My history is full of activism and fighting for these rights, and I am in this community now is a very different space, but I mean I feel like the anti-MLM community was a good launching pad for this, because with making anti-MLM content to an extent, like you have to be kind of apolitical and look beyond like, people's past views and sometimes even current views, because a lot of the people who need help getting out of their situation may not necessarily disbelieve what they were taught yet,
Mhm.
or may not ever disbelieve it, but that's just something that you have to put aside if you're going to be dedicating any part of your life to helping those people. You have to be able to also acknowledge and respect where they're coming from and meet them where they're at and get them to where they need to be and hope that it's where you want them to be. you
Yeah.
know
Well, that's a really
so
that's a really, really good point because the MLMs, a lot of religious sects and different
Mormons.
people, Mormons, yeah. In my
I
cult,
actually
there
had
were
an
several of
epiphany
them.
the other day about this. I had an epiphany that MLMs are to Mormons what mega churches are to evangelicals,
Oh, interesting.
because Mormons can't have their own churches. Like they can't install their own, but the people who want
Ah,
all the fame and the accolades and the edification and
right,
everything,
right.
but they're Mormon. Well, they can get that at the multi-level marketing conventions when everyone's worshiping them there.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yep. So
Yeah.
sorry to derail a
No,
little bit.
no,
I
I totally
felt pretty smart.
we just talk about a lot of stuff. No, it definitely ties into what we were talking about how a lot of fundamental religious circles or cult type groups do get into that whole multi-level marketing thing, and that could be a whole other stream series of them, and I would love to talk about the multi-level marketing thing, but yeah, as far as tolerance goes, they are coming out of being controlled by MLM, but also being controlled by a bunch of dogma and doctrine. And I love, what you said about how, trying to meet them where they're at and understand that they may have some biases. I mean, that whole
Because
confirmation
we do
bias thing.
this because we're in this because we recognize that every person, even if they believe shitty things, deserves autonomy and freedom
Yeah,
and freedom of choice
right,
and not to be controlled, and
right.
that includes me not controlling them. There are some lines that I think can be crossed that would not fall into this like bucket of like meet them where they're at, like
Hmm.
to, uh,
Right. I know what you're
everyone
saying.
deserves help, um, but also you need to be um, familiar, know yourself well enough to know whether you will actually be helpful in this situation or if you're too
Right.
emotionally attached to it, which I've had to do a couple of times.
Yeah, no, I
um,
understand.
but
Because it's hurtful.
for
It's very
me, if I'm
hurtful
not
for
able to meet
someone.
them where they're at, I need to step away.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine because, you're trying to be in a space where you can help people out of a terrible control situation, but if you feel like they're against you, who you are and what you are, like that's not right. But I mean, I could say, and again, no excuse for it, but the thing that really changed my mind was meeting people that accepted me where I was at and showed me that they were wonderful people and it didn't matter who they loved or whatever, and I was like, yeah, this is wrong, and actually them taking the time to get to know me, knowing that I come out of this awful church
Yeah.
situation that was so dogmatic and really we were all a bunch of bigots. It was terrible. So
Yeah.
um so yeah, I mean, who am I to say to anybody that they have to open themselves up to someone who's going to be cruel and biased towards them or discriminating towards them? If I give you a lot of credit for being willing to do that and reach out with the olive branch first. That's not an easy thing to do. It's not, I'm
And
sure.
I haven't been Christian or Catholic for many, many years, but I still really, I still really identify a lot with Jesus. He's pretty cool, and
Yeah.
I don't think that Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Jesus hung
like
out
to
with
think that I'm trying to
he
model
hung out with
Jesus
everyone.
for people who believe in him.
Right.
Like that's kind of like hubris, but whatever.
No, I love that because, Jesus hung out with, the prostitutes and the sinners and and if people had come out as gay, you probably would be hanging out with them too. And he didn't write these scriptures that I read to you. He didn't write them. Somebody did. I don't really believe that every single book of the Bible was written by God himself,
No.
because there are contradictions, and I'm just saying you can't take the Bible literally. And if someone does, and they're saying that I'm saying that Christianity is a cult, then they don't know me and they don't understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So is there any other part of your story that you thought of that you wanted to talk about? We could just joke around. We could just goof off and joke around.
Yeah. What are you what is your filming schedule like this week? What have you got going on?
Oh, well, it's a little different this week because I'm not going to be around as much. I usually try to do a morning stream. I'm going to let him run around. All right. So tomorrow, I think I'm going to not do a morning one and kind of preserve my voice because tomorrow is Wednesday, right? So I'm going to be recording with Roberta at 1:00 Eastern. So I'm super, super excited about that. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. I can't even believe it. I think if anyone asked me what podcast would you rather be on, or YouTube channel or something, I'd probably say Roberta Blevins. So
that's so amazing. I'm excited for you. She's stoked after she heard a little bit of what you had to say on Friday. She was just like, I need to talk to you.
Oh, I love it.
She loves you.
I know. I got up to go to the bathroom, and when I came back and saw her in my StreamYard, I was just like, oh my God.
I know. I was like, what? I was like, she was asking me some question. You and I were still hanging out, and I was like, oh, what was it? Oh, she was like, yeah, I really want to talk to Marilyn because she had seen some of our live or something. And I was like, well, why don't you come say hi? And then when she did, I was like, oh my God, maybe you should turn your camera off. Marilyn's going to freak out.
I did. That was awesome. So yeah, that's tomorrow. Thursday, I might do an early morning. I'd have to do an early morning one because Duncan and I are taking off at noon. We're going to drop the puppies off, and we're going to go visit. My daughter is a traveling phlebotomist.
Oh,
and she got put up in a really nice hotel with a pool and stuff. So we made reservations for one night. We're going to go visit her, and she's going to take us to this place called Blues, Booze, and Barbecues. So I'm like, I'm there for it. I love all three.
Oh, well,
I love all three.
Will you stop? Nut job. Sorry.
Friday, I'm free. Friday, I'll be back in the afternoon sometime. I'll be back in the afternoon, so I can do Friday.
I'm picky with my barbecue. I'm from Kansas City,
so
the whole thing.
Yeah.
Kansas City has the best barbecue.
Right.
That's just fact. Although Memphis barbecue is pretty good, I have to hand that to them, even though that's sacrilege for me to say living here. Anyway,
isn't that a blood scientist? Yeah, she works in a lab. She mostly draws blood, but she does deal with.
I have a lot of experience getting my blood drawn. I've been sick a long time.
She's the only one that doesn't put bruises on me and actually can find a vein. So
they're rare. They're rare.
Paulo, here's your dog barking. He's barking.
That must be it. Yeah, it must have just come.
Always does that. Yeah. Well, so what did you have planned for the rest of the week? You have a stream with Liz Gale.
We haven't scheduled the time yet. But yeah, with the Jarrett from I Got Out. Nice. Let's see. What else? Oh, so much stuff all the time, truly. But yeah, we're trying to we're trying to see if anyone else wants to be a sponsor for the Story Jam event. Our deadline for accepting new sponsors to be listed in the event program is coming up in a few days. So we're going to do just like last end of the month, scurry, blitz, whatever.
Right.
I
Yeah.
hate
That's
it.
gonna be
It's like
wild.
recruiting. It's what? Anyway, but it's so exciting because like this program that it's going to have, you know, information about the performers and everything of the Story Jam event, which I can throw a link up for more information about it, even if we won't talk too much about
Yeah.
it. But so the program itself is we would really like for the ads in the program to be good resources for the kind of people who will be attending the event, which are cult survivors. So
Right.
we've got, you know, some like nonprofit organizations and podcasts. Ashley from That's So Fucked Up Pod and Roberta both got podcast ads, and
Nice.
Shanny Pants Show, if you've ever heard of that.
I
She's
have
at
heard.
one of
Yeah.
she's performing. She's performing at it, and she also took out an ad in the program. And then Liz Gale is going to advertise something to do with her book or book club or something to that effect in the program too.
You want to get out? I just got to let Rocky out. Hold on a sec.
You're good.
Keep talking.
Yeah. So I'm getting the link actually in here. So igoutout.org/storyjam is where you can find out what the heck I'm talking about. But yeah, it's super exciting. I Got Out is a fantastic, like, it started out as like a hashtag movement. It was supposed to, you know, kind of be sort of like Me Too in that it's just like spreads like wildfire and everybody's telling their stories. So it's truly an organization about healing through sharing your story of being in a high control group, which is exactly what SPTV is about too.
Absolutely.
It's just perfect. So
Absolutely.
we're going to have a bunch of performers share their getting out or their in experiences, whatever they're wanting, you know, feel compelled to share in the form of music, spoken word, poetry, stand up. Like a lot of them are very, very funny, of course, because they've survived a lot of trauma.
Yeah, that kind of goes hand in hand, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be wild. It's great. I think Sarah Edmondson is going to actually join
Yay.
us. So that's awesome.
Nice. That's amazing. Yeah, that's how I first heard about that.
Yeah,
I
she's
think I
one of
told
the
you
founding co-collaborators.
co-collaborators. Yeah, and a little bit
A little
culty.
bit cool.
And I did check out the website, and I was gonna like write my story. This is way back when I first started, you know, this whole thing. It was before SPTV was really even a thing. But yeah, I started to write something, and then I just kind of got distracted, saw a squirrel or or a butterfly, and then I didn't know what to yeah, it's like so hard. Like I don't feel
Yeah.
organized enough to be able to
Well, what's
write.
super awesome is that Jarette, who is going to come talk to Liz with me later this week, she has a writing workshop series that she does specifically for survivors. It's called Writing to Reckon. And she, it's a really, really cool thing. It's like I want to say 2-hour like Zoom session, or she'll do them in person too. But I mean, there hasn't been a lot of chance to do that in the last few years since she started. So, but yeah, she provides everyone with, a few different prompts. You do like a writing sprint with one prompt, and then you share if you're comfortable and give each other positive feedback on their stories, and then there's like 3 rounds, and eventually you have like kind of a story, a fully formed thing, and it's really, really cool. And now I've got it I'm wondering, and I'm sure that she would be down for this. I'm wondering if she would put together a date for like an SPTV specific Writing to Reckon session or something. That would be so
Nice.
cool. I'm sure she'd love that.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's
Yeah,
done one for our multi-level marketing people. So
oh, really? Good. Yeah. I mean, even before any of this, like a lot of people that know, friends of mine that know my story are like, you got to write a book someday. And I was like, I don't think so,
I'm in that
but
boat.
right.
I'm in that boat. Like, I agree. You need to write a book.
Oh, yeah. You don't even know some of it. I just send you
Yeah,
some
I
stuff and be
can't
like,
wait. I mean, I'm like not excited because I think it's like probably a great story, but
I
mean,
just have some
like
true
a
crime
interesting.
stuff that I have some true crime pieces of my life that you might be interested in. Yeah.
God,
Yeah. Kelly's going to help me with some of that.
wild.
Yeah. So, all right. What do you guys think? Should we,
Hey, we've been an
just,
hour.
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, let's see that. Oh, I knew I liked you. Oh wait. Oh no, you got me.
Oh, after Texas. Yeah.
You got me.
Well, she lives in Texas. So
Well,
you
Kansas
gotta,
City's best.
I've made a bunch of her recipes. They're really good. Duncan loves them because there's a lot of meat and potato recipes. But,
Oh, perfect.
yeah.
Which one should I make first for
The
my
one she,
husband, who sounds a little bit like Duncan in
yeah.
his
So she,
and my fairly picky 3-year-old.
oh, okay. I think I still like this. The two that I really liked was the butter chicken, brown butter chicken with ravioli. And then there was I did cut the amount of butter in half because me with butter. But it's still really, really, really good. And she named a recipe or like kind of dedicated a recipe to me and Duncan
Oh,
because
cute.
she asked what we like and I said he likes meat and potatoes and I like to put like a flourish on things and she's like, do you like to set booze on fire? I'm like, hell yeah. So it
Who
was
doesn't?
I know. So it was steak marsala. So we got like nice
Ooh,
kind of steak. So
yum.
those like uh the T-bone or whatever, or thin cut. I think they're New York strip, but thin cut. But they're really marbly, yummy. Oh, it was so good. It was actually semi like I make steak au pois sometimes. Duncan loves that with the bourbon or whiskey or what's the other thing? Yeah, pretty much bourbon. And you light it on fire. So I did that with a marsala. So I didn't even know marsala would go up, but it does.
You know, I might have
I
tried
like it.
something like I definitely set something on fire on purpose once while I was cooking. I did a Gordon Ramsay, the masterclass thing, like
Yeah.
the company masterclass,
Yeah.
where you like subscribe and stuff. I did his
Yeah.
masterclass.
You
And
did?
I cooked a bunch of the meals and it was really cool. He's kind of crazy, but like I learned a lot about
It's
cooking.
raw. Yeah.
I bought it
Have you ever
because
tried to make like what's the one he's always screaming at them about on Hell's Kitchen? Beef Wellington. My son Austin always wanted to make that. And I'm so
listen,
scared. I'm so scared.
I can't try to make it because one time I made the mistake of ordering it at a restaurant and it was the grossest thing I've ever had in my life.
Really?
Well,
Oh,
I mean, it was just raw.
it looks so good. It's raw. It's raw. Oh, Duncan. Well, somebody's got to go to the grocery store because we don't have anything to eat.
Oh my God.
I got to get off and go to the grocery store, I think.
I like this idea.
Sorry.
Oh, hey. No,
Sorry.
and we'll get to the other one, but I like this idea because Kellycopter needs to be at Story Gym. It's in St. Louis. Can you get to STL in a month? A little less than a month. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yes. Go find me to get Kellycopter to Story
We
Gym.
actually are.
Wait, she's got to stop in
sell
Vermont.
out of tickets.
There's no
Stop in Vermont.
there's no airports in Vermont, so I guess I'm out of luck.
Oh my God.
Stop over in Vermont. I was looking at the egg roll thing for your
Yeah.
3-year-old.
He
Egg
might-
roll in a bowl.
He likes He likes things he's had before. He just like has decided recently he doesn't want to try new things. So unfortunately, we're like limited to things he's had before at the moment. We'll get through it.
Yeah, when
I'm
my
kind of
son
a
was
gentle
that
parent,
age,
so
my youngest was that age, is he would only eat plain stuff and they had to be separate. Like he would eat and
Mm,
nothing with like bright colors, or he did like broccoli. That was the only thing. But he liked,
mm.
noodles, plain
Yep,
cheese, plain
yep.
everything plain
Yep.
bread, plain butter. But then he started eating stuff he still won't eat at restaurants except for just chicken fingers or macaroni and cheese at restaurants. He's 21. He'll be 22 soon. But he will eat if I make something like a soup or something, or like, fried rice with all kinds of vegetables. He'll eat it as long as I make it. He won't eat it in a restaurant. He hates Chinese food or anything like that. Funny. We would.
Neighbors just got home, so dog's like, "Meow."
Kelly said, if there's anything I can do to help virtually, let me know.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, she was another one I thought of for the promotion, but then since Liz was already going
I'd
to
already emailed
sponsor.
Liz about it,
Yeah,
so she knew what it
yeah,
was. It was
yeah,
super
that's
easy to
great.
ask.
Yeah, yeah.
And Jarette's really excited to talk more about it and get to know some. Well, I'm sure she's excited to kind of figure out what the heck YouTube is all about, because I think that she wrote a book. She has a book about her cult experience. It's called Everyday People, Everyday Cults, I believe. And it's fascinating, and she's an incredible writer, just wonderful.
Nice. Yeah. Well, tell her if she wants to, tell her story in a little intimate setting with yarn in the background. I'd be happy to have her on my channel to tell her story. I don't want
Oh,
to
amazing.
talk to
Yeah,
her. Yeah, let her know.
absolutely.
Does he like mac and cheese?
He does like mac and cheese.
I think all kids do.
I know. It's hard to go wrong with mac and cheese.
Yeah. So we didn't put up Sin's question. We got some starred here.
Oh, yeah. Haven't looked at that one yet. So question, does this I got out thing also include people who got out of abusive relationships, including parental abuse? I mean, that relationship with my mother almost drove me to COS. Yeah, abso-freaking-lutely. Cult of one scenarios, narcissistic abuse, narcissistic relationships. I got out.
Here.
I'm going to like the wrong thing. I want to read you the mission. The mission of I Got Out is to inspire survivors of high demand environments who have experienced cultic, religious, or spiritual abuse to tell and share their stories if and when it's safe to do so. The hashtag, the IGotOut.org website, and associated social media platforms are intended to provide an inclusive online space in which to heal, learn from each other, prevent future harm, and educate the public about the harmful effects of coercive control and undue influence. And that includes narcissistic one-on-one relationships, absolutely, and narcissistic parental abuse, absolutely. We believe
Totally.
the simple yet profound act of safely sharing our stories can help lessen the burden of shame, stigma, and isolation, while also correcting widespread misconceptions about cultic involvement. Our stories can help the general public better understand the complex dynamics and how they impact us all today. So the whole idea is, the whole idea behind the website and the movement is you can go to igotout.org and submit your story. If you don't want to do like a writing workshop and submit it that way,
Right.
you can just write out your story in whatever form you want, and you can fill out a form on their website, and they'll post it to their social medias with your name or without it.
Nice. Yeah, I did notice that it gave you the option of being anonymous if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
That was good. Yeah.
Wonderful.
So we got some more start. Oh, Kelly said, "Yes, Marilyn, you should write a book." If I can get some help, or just even some, I don't know, an outline or something. I should. I used to journal when I was in the cult, and it was mostly like apologizing to God about everything, and Marlene
Yeah.
would see it. Yeah, yeah. It wasn't. Yeah, and
Ugh.
I think just terrible. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
that was
journaled
my last
a little
writing
bit
thing.
in I journaled I'm a writer, like, in my heart. I just like I wrote songs and poetry for a long time. Um and now I'm focusing more on like writing sort of nonfiction stuff like articles and
Nice.
code, which is
Yeah.
a little different, but yeah, I mean it's less creative and more like thinking, more analytical, but it's all writing.
Yeah. Still writing.
Wild.
You see anything you want to click on? Oh, there's one about Discord with Julie. Did you see it? Oh, I'll put it up.
Where was that? Oh,
It's in starred.
oh, I haven't been on Discord in a while, but Michelle can go wild with those. The memes or the
Oh, I
gifs
think the
maybe.
memes. Maybe, yeah. What? All of it. All, we'll take it all.
We have fun in the Discord. There's over 300 people in it now. Can you believe that? Oh my
Well, you
god.
have to.
I don't even know what to
You'll
do with
have to. We'll
myself.
have to like fool around on StreamYard. You could show me what to do because I have no idea what I'm doing.
I
I
know. We
couldn't
should
find.
probably do it on live because so many people don't know what they're doing, I think.
People
And
can
that's
see how
fine.
clueless I am.
They'll make them feel better about themselves.
Then I can ask questions. Yeah, no, let's do it. Let's do it
That's
real
kind of where
time.
I come from. I have no shame. I'm always willing to embarrass myself and put myself on blast because I know that there's someone out there thinking, "Oh, thank God, I'm not the
We'll do
stupid
it. Let's
one."
do it. We'll do it. We'll do a live stream Discord for dummies.
Perfect. That's
2D.
awesome. Maybe we should do that
And
this
I'll be
weekend
your
or next week. No, oh,
I'll
not
be your
this weekend.
dummy.
You're going on a date.
Oh no. I'm only going Thursday night and I'll be back Friday afternoon. So
Oh, I
just a
wanted to ask.
little one night.
This hotel, it has a pool.
Yep.
Does it have a big bathtub? That's my one thing I care about with hotels. I have to be able to take a nice bathtub that covers my whole body because I can't do that at home.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't take baths. I just feel like we're not there for very long, so I don't want to. And I don't really do baths. I don't know why. Duncan does all the time, but
I
and
do at
our
hotels.
bathtub is in our bedroom.
What? That's hot.
I'll give you a
Is it supposed
virtual
to be
tour.
romantic, or is it an accident?
We went to like this. Oh God, we always get to the weeds, don't we? We went to this
We
timeshare.
can't just say something like that and move on.
Yeah, we went to a timeshare, and we were we were designing a addition on the house. This was a long time ago, about 10 years ago, a little over. And I liked it because like you had the bed and the kind of all that, right? And the dressers and everything. And then there was a sink. All you had to do was just roll out of bed, and then there's a little, I don't know what they call it, a toilet room. There's like a tiny room with just a toilet, and then you come out and you wash your hands, and we have a nice big sunken tub in our bedroom. The only thing is we didn't really think about, well, a lot of things. We didn't think about a lot of things. But like um the steam, so we have to have these really kind of loud fans because of the steam,
Oh, yeah.
from the shower and stuff.
Mhm.
And plus, our room is sort of positioned not too far from the living room, which is where the front door is. So I'm always having to lock the door just in case, the UPS guy comes, or whatever, and the dog pushes the door open, he can see right into my bedroom and my
Mhm.
bathroom. So the other
Mhm.
thing was what actually was good about it was that, like, if you want to get up and you don't want the kids to know you're awake yet, you just go pee, jump back in bed, or start reading a book or something. They don't know. They haven't seen you go out to go to the bathroom and slam the door. So I could just hide in there. I used to have a coffee maker in there. So yeah, so now everybody knows.
Wow. The small room with only a toilet is the water closet. That makes so much sense. I've heard water closet in reference to bathrooms in general, but that makes so much sense. It's like the one with the actual toilet in it.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, it was like a French something design. Yeah. So That's what
That's
we have.
awesome. Oh, I have to put this one up too.
He gets
because-
bored and he has to like build things. And like when the boys moved out, he took a Sawzall and cut a giant hole in this closet that's now 2 windows.
Wow, that's awesome. More windows is always good. This entire porch used to be an enclosed storage room with no windows and just dark paneling all over. And now it ain't nothing like that.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love it. It's like you're outside.
Yeah, it is. It's totally the sun porch, and above me is the balcony off the
Oh.
side of our room, which is super great. And I'm sure, like, it sounds really fancy, but like, I don't know, like, I'm poor, and this shit is fucking fancy.
Nice. Good for
Like,
you. You deserve
This
it.
is. I have never spent more money on anything than I did this room that I'm sitting in.
I love it. I love it. Hey, I
And
just
my
got a link.
brother-in-law built it.
I just got a link from Liz Ferris. All the gay, all the way.
Love it.
That's tonight at.
Oh,
let's
excellent.
see,
All the gay.
Nora,
I'm
all
gay.
the
I'm
gay.
not. I'm not invited. No, I'm just
All the
kidding.
way.
I'm not.
Nora, this is the Dyktastic duo, Nora
I
and
love it.
Liz, live in 8 hours. So when's that?
It's in 8 hours. I don't know, girl.
I know, but it's.
You made me do math. 12 plus. We're not even
Wait.
in the same time zone.
Oh, so 10 o'clock. So 9 o'clock your time. 9
Oh,
o'clock
perfect.
p.m. Central. And yeah, 7. So that would be 7 o'clock PST. Is that Pacific Standard
Yeah.
Time? And
Yeah.
then, yeah,
But it would
10
be
o'clock
PDT, right?
BDT.
Technically.
Okay. Daylight. And it's not going to be daylight much longer.
Nope.
No.
No, because
No,
we're
so-
now on the we're entering the dark times, the dark time of the year, as they would say in pagan communities.
Really?
Welcome to the dark time.
Here.
And it's just because there's more darkness than light
Yeah.
between the fall and spring equinox. So
I wonder what countries don't do it, because I know Brazil doesn't do daylight savings. So Juliana said that
Yeah,
she'll
no, I
be
think-
2 hours ahead. What about like the UK and stuff? Anybody know?
I think only Americans are stupid enough to do that. I really I don't think that they have weird time zones other places.
So Kelly and Joe and everybody will be 6 hours ahead of us. Bummer. Kelly, you
Are
still
they only
around?
5 right now?
5. The UK is 5
well,
hours.
I always think of the UK as 6 hours ahead, so that's funny. I must
Oh,
not
so
have had to
that's
do it.
probably
Yep.
that's probably the case
They
then.
don't do. Yeah, I know they don't do daylight savings time, and neither should we. Like, it's really
Yeah.
dumb.
I hate it.
There's
I
like,
hate when it gets dark at 4 o'clock. You know.
yep. What?
Speaking of Liz Ferris,
Okay, I'm speaking out
what do you
of
do?
ignorance.
Oh.
Okay, I take it back.
Okay.
Educate us.
She's-
I'm sorry. Let me put your comment back up that you were.
Oh, that's okay. Speaking of Liz Ferris, I have 4 accounts running her playlist on my second screen behind
Woohoo! That's
Discord. LOL.
amazing. I have a playlist for that too. Let me grab the link
okay.
because I have a Mute with Michelle playlist for my watch hours.
Okay. And, yeah, there's links in the description of this
Oh, yeah.
video. Check that. Right? Is there?
Yep, I added
Okay.
it. Oh,
Come out.
maybe only on mine.
Okay, I can do it on mine too.
I might have done on both. I don't
Okay.
remember. I
gotta
think I
plug my
did.
phone in.
Yeah, I added links to both of ours.
Okay.
Not all of them though. So you want to update with like Liz Ferris's and stuff.
Yeah, I've been putting up Liz, her playlist, your playlist, and Vanessa LaRose of the Gray Zone. We had a lot of fun with her last night. A lot of fun.
I
And-
know. I was watching for a little bit and I'd love to talk to Vanessa. She seems so cool. Oh my gosh. I want to talk to her about all the things. I want to talk to her about her her experience that she was talking about last night with literally everything.
Yeah. All the things with
Someday.
her. I know she asked me, she's like, well, what would you like to see on my channel? Like I gave her like a whole long laundry list. I'm like, I want to pick your brain about this. What about the chemicals in your brain? And what about, the definitions of all these, crazy, terms that we hear all the time, gaslighting and all that
Mhm.
thing. So she's like, oh, I got it all. She's like, I already thought of all that. I'm like, I'm sure you
Perfect.
did. Sure you
And
did.
she, I'm
Mute
sure
with
she's talked
Michelle.
about this, but
Wait, I thought
well,
I
I had
clicked
to
on it.
think
What
of
is it?
something gimmicky like Steve-O.
Yes, we like
Literally,
we like
it's called Click
corny
Mute. Mhm. Oh, I'm a
corn and
big
cheese.
cornball. Yeah.
Yeah.
Click mute, push play, go to sleep or work. I need money. That's it. Like that's all there is to it. Look, I know that actually, especially in the anti-MLM world right now, and I doubt anyone from that community is like watching me here, but it doesn't really matter if they are. Everyone is so judgmental about monetization, and it like
Really.
they will call creators like YouTubers and Instagram people out for like saying like and subscribe or like try to help me hit my watch hours or like any mention of money whatsoever just automatically means they're disingenuous and they're only in this for the money and they don't care about whatever and whatever. And I'm like, I just want to make it perfectly and abundantly clear. I am very pro self promotion. I want you all to join the Discord and promote your own channels and your own social medias and stuff like that. And I have no shame asking for watch hours because I work really fucking hard. And monetizing my YouTube
Yeah, it's hard. It's
is
hard
the
work.
only way I
Yeah.
can see to start making any income on that kind of stuff without asking the beneficiaries of my products and stuff for money. And I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
that's where I
it totally
stand.
makes sense.
Promote
Yeah.
yourself away.
Yeah.
Everyone deserves to be compensated for the labor that they perform, no matter what. And that's why I got into anti-MLM in the first place, which is why it confuses the hell out of me. That it's so controversial in anti-MLM community to like ask for money in any way.
I think people, it's sad how many people like just go to extremes. It's like, yeah, MLM is wrong, and people don't make money for their labor. So why are you saying that somebody can't? That just doesn't make sense. But it's just like
Doesn't
one
track.
extreme to the other. Yeah. So no, I mean, if you if you don't get compensated, once in a while for what you do, all your hard work, you're gonna have to go get a job. I mean, you got to make money somehow, and this is, if this is something you love to do, yeah, I don't see anything wrong with it,
Yeah.
at all. Which reminds me, I gotta get crocheting because right now I can make more money crocheting, which is ridiculous because you don't even make minimum wage.
Oh my god.
But I love to do it. I love to do this. I am glad I can do things that I love, so.
I've really enjoyed this. I can't wait to do it again. Were there any last comments that you wanted to put up on the screen or anything?
Let me see. There's a couple of things. Mac, she likes to be called Sophia. It's about appreciation of the work it takes to get the consumer product. Yeah. People should, yeah, show their appreciation, and if they can, and if somebody can't help out and send a super chat or whatever, and I don't really like them anyways because YouTube gets 30%, but buy me a tissue instead of buy me a coffee. I don't know how we could do that, but I think I need to buy me a tissue, although I do love coffee. But yeah, I just love to do it. But get that coin, Mish. Yes.
I'm trying, girl. I am trying.
We're working on it. Yep. Sinfully good.
I mean, I
With
do
my
have a day job too. I have a full-time job as well.
I'm just the queen of side hustles. I got all kinds of side hustles.
Well,
We're
as long
working
as you're
on.
not paying to be in any
No,
of them.
no. Nothing is nobody's over me. I just do whatever the hell I want, and if people buy it, fine. No. Not MLM person. At least
Oh,
I dabbled in it, but no. Simply good. With my back, I can't work out in the real world. I can sit for long periods. I can't sit for long periods or stand or lay down. So this is about the only thing I can do anymore, and helping family finances would seriously help. definitely.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, where is that buy me a coffee thing? I haven't set one up yet, but I know Steve-O has one. Now there's one for Goldie. There's a lot of people have them. I think I know Liz Ferris has one now. So it's just, you can just it doesn't take much, if anything, out. So you're not paying YouTube,
Yeah.
So
I don't even, sometimes I'll like say, hey, I actually, can anyone help me out? Like, and I will like borrow money from people. But like, as far as like monetization or whatever goes, that's why I really want to get monetized on YouTube, is because I don't want to like YouTube monetization. None of that is coming out of the pockets of the people watching my videos,
Yeah, I like that
like
too,
I don't
yeah.
want your money. I just want some money.
Right. And we pay for, a lot of us pay for premium, we pay YouTube already. So we give them
True,
plenty
I
of
do too.
money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus they're getting money for super chats. Plus they're definitely not hurting. So yeah. So the ad revenues are definitely good.
Yeah.
And it's not easy being in this space. If you want to really build a channel and all that, you have to kind of think of it as a long-term thing, because I was looking when I first started this, I was like, oh, they're estimating 15 to 24 months to get monetized. I was like, wow, that's but then because everybody's so wonderful and they were helping watch the all the playlists and everything, that it only took a little over 2 months. So I was
Seriously,
really,
what a
really
supportive
excited.
group of people. It's just wonderful.
Yeah.
SPTV brings me joy. The community and the whole idea of it. Oh, hey,
I see Paul. I'm like, where's Duncan? I'm
I
already
hope
saying his
Paul
hashtag.
doesn't take it personally when we end the stream right after he shows up.
She just doesn't want you to know that Duncan's in her basement right now. That's the new hole.
Marilyn, we moved out here for a reason.
I know. Yeah. I'm already saying, okay, where's Duncan? Poor Duncan. That's what he always says. That poor guy. Oh, poor Duncan's just fine. All right, everyone. This was really fun. We'll definitely do this on a regular basis. We have a whole list of things, and I hope we didn't get too heavy today, but I think it was great to talk about it. And thank you for telling us your story, Michelle. It's really I don't like to say, oh, it's brave of you, but I always end up saying that. But I'm really, really happy that you felt comfortable, telling us.
I can't wait to share more down the road. It's just so much life in a short life. Like, I don't know. I feel like I've been through the ringer a little bit. So I'm happy to share about any aspects of that would help anyone. Even me. even if the sharing is just to make me feel better. I gotta put this back up real quick for Sinfully Good. It's just igotout.org, and then the Story Jam page is
will come
specifically for the event next month.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the front page of Story Jam, just igotout.org, Sinfully Good, for submitting a story and reading about them and everything. Yeah, I don't know what I was gonna say after that, but it's been really good. It's been awesome. Thank you so much, Marilyn. Can't wait to talk more seriously. You're muted.
I got muted. All right, everyone. Thanks for hanging out with us. And people are saying hi and bye. Thanks, Kelly. Great stream. Thank you.
Thanks,
both.
Kelly, for hanging out the whole time. Thanks, Simply Good. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah. All right. Have a good day, everybody. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.